YouTube, I decided that I was going to film a video before I go to bed, so this is the controversial parenting tag. And I decided to do this video because I see a lot of these done, and a lot of people, unless you're the natural, most gentle parent out there, your opinion is shit, and you're a shitty parent. So, you know, I decided I'd give my shitty parenting tips to you. Or, not tips, but in this tag. So here it goes. Number 1, pro-life versus pro-choice. I'm pro-life, and I'm pro-life, and a life is a life from conception no matter what. You shouldn't be allowed to take human life just because you got pregnant. It's your fault most of the time for that whole whopping 1% of abortions that are because of rape, incest, and or life-threatening cases. Should not keep it legal for the sake of that 1%. I mean, they're just, no. If you don't want to have kids, shut your fucking legs. It's simple, okay? Don't have sex. Sex equals babies. What do you know? Like, no. And I always hear this one, well, what if a 10-year-old got raped and they got pregnant? Well, I do feel like there should be an exception for life-threatening situations, and a 10-year-old being raped and getting pregnant would fall into that life-threatening situation. And this whole bullshit of, oh, but if we made it illegal, women would just die, and that's bullshit too, because even before abortion was legalized, you could still get one in life-threatening situations, so that's just kind of a null and void argument. Sorry, pro-choicers, your argument is null and void with that one. Okay. Number 2 is baby wearing. I am pro baby wearing. I don't even know why this is controversial. There's nothing controversial about it. Moving on. Circumcision. Okay, this one just blows my mind. Why would you even want to talk about your baby's penis on YouTube? Okay? No. Just no. Okay, baby piercing. No, just no. Seriously, even aside from the fact that you're putting a hole in your child's head, think about how a baby's gonna touch them and get them dirty and mess with them, and you gotta keep them clean and all that good shit. No. I wouldn't look at another mother and go, ooh, you're a shitty mom for, you know, piercing your daughter's ears or your son's ears. You're just a piece of shit. You should have DCFS come and take your kids from you. I don't feel that way, but I just wouldn't personally do it because I'm like, that just seems like more work to me, and I'm all for less work because I am already tired as shit. Okay. Breast milk versus formula. Okay, this one blows my mind. Everybody knows that breastfeeding is better. Everybody knows that it's healthier. If you can't breastfeed, there is always formula. Formula is second best. It's not bad for your child. Like, I can't stand when people go, oh, formula is horrible for your child. It's like saying fruit is bad for your child. Okay, formula is loaded with vitamins and nutrients. Granted, it is not as healthy as breast milk, but it is still good for your child. And if you choose to formula feed, you should have a peace of mind knowing that you are giving your child something that is actually good for them. You shouldn't be treated like shit for choosing to formula feed, just like women who choose to breastfeed shouldn't be treated like it's gross or degrading or anything like that. That's my take on that. Okay, so spanking. Okay, I am pro spanking. I do not believe in beating my child, and I saw this in another controversial parenting tag. The woman, I don't remember what her name is, but thank you for saying this. I have never beat my children. I will never beat my children, but you know what? Putting them in timeout for, you know, going near the stove or the fireplace, that's just not a good punishment. I'm sorry. If your child is doing something dangerous, I do believe it warrants a smack on the hand or a smack on the butt. Because you know what? If they do that again, because if you gave them a timeout, and I'm not saying that's always a bad punishment, sometimes timeouts can be very effective, but when they're doing something dangerous, yes, I do think that warrants a swat because it could save a life, in my opinion. You can have your own opinions on spanking, but you know what? These are mine. I am pro spanking. I don't believe in beating your child. I don't believe in hitting your child with a belt. I was spanked with a belt, and I do think it takes it almost too far. I really do. The next one is co-sleeping, and I'm for this to a degree. Here's why. If you are co-sleeping safely, I'm for it. It is not okay to co-sleep with your child with 20 feather pillows in the bed and a bunch of fluffy blankets. That's how kids suffocate. That's how kids die in the bed with their parents, okay? If you're gonna co-sleep, please have a brain. Be smart about it. You know, your child, you want to co-sleep, good for you. You don't want to co-sleep, you want your child in their own crib, good for you. Because you know what? In this world of parenting, we're all going to make our own decisions. You know, we're all going to do things how we think is best for our child. Now, I start having an issue when people make decisions out of anger, out of frustration. You need to take a step back and think, what is best for my child? And this doesn't just apply to co-sleeping, this applies to the entire list. Because you know what? It's all about what's doing the best for our children and our family. Home versus public versus private versus charter. I think those are all good options, honestly. Whatever works for your family. But for me personally, I think I would send my child to a private, or not a private school, a public school. For a couple of reasons. Number one, private school is expensive. I don't want to homeschool. I think it would just become one big playfest. I don't think I would actually teach my kids anything, so I wouldn't be doing them a favor by homeschooling them. Charter school, I am against charter school unless necessary because the mom works, because you know what? I feel like summer is an American birthright. Charter school is where you go to school all year round, I'm pretty sure. I feel like summer off is an American birthright. I feel like my kids deserve summer off. I would never send my children to a charter school. I'd homeschool them first. I am pro public school because I feel like public school prepares them for the real world a little bit better than the other two or three do. These are, you know, that's just my opinion. So yeah, moving on. Vaccinations. I think if you want to vaccinate your kids, that's good on you as long as you are educated and you have good reasoning to. I think if you don't want to vaccinate your kids, that's good on you, but it should be well researched and things like that. I think that this isn't just something that you should just go, I'm not going to vaccinate because it's the trendy thing to do. Natural parenting. You know, that's what most people do. I've seen it. And, well, not most, but a lot. And I'm like, you didn't research it, you're just following a trend. You should heavily research this and make your own decision. For me personally, we vaccinate, but on a delayed schedule, and I pick the vaccines that I have researched and believe to be necessary based on my research and my feelings. Okay. Medicating children. I think that if your child is in pain and is crying, then they should be able to be medicated. I don't think you should drug your children up for no reason. Obviously, medications have a purpose. And then cloth versus disposable. I personally use cloth diapers. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I personally do not use cloth diapers simply because we're on a private well here, so for us to wash the cloth diapers on a private well water, because our water bill's already a little higher, it really wouldn't save us any money to cloth diaper versus disposable. Then you have the inconvenience of cloth diapering. I already don't get a lot of sleep. I already barely keep it together. Well, not barely keep it together, but I keep this house pretty, clean, in my opinion, and I don't want it to become a disaster, so I'd rather spend more time cleaning the sink or something else than cleaning a cloth diaper. And the last one is cry it out. And this is the only one where I actually have mixed feelings about. And the reason I have mixed feelings is because when I look at, people have different opinions on what cry it out is. If you view cry it out as letting your child sit in a walker or in a saucer or something while you finish cooking dinner, that takes 5 minutes, or you're going to the bathroom that takes just a couple minutes, like, sorry kid, I gotta wipe my ass before I come and get you and wash my hands, that's different. Or if your child was like Leah, my first child, she would actually scream for 3 hours. No matter what you did, you could hold her, she's gonna cry. Put her down, she's still gonna cry. You burp her, change her diaper, feed her, no matter what you did, she was gonna cry. So to set her down and walk away for a few minutes and go, okay, I need to walk out of the room, I need to take a deep breath, and then I'm going to go back in and get her, I think that's acceptable, because I think that's how kids get abused, because people think, oh, I can never let my child cry it out for a few minutes so that I can collect my thoughts. I think it is okay to set your child down for a minute, just to collect your thoughts, just to get it together, and then go pick them back up. You know what I mean? Just to, like, you know, because I think shaken baby syndrome happens because parents get so stressed out and they don't want to let their child cry it out for a few minutes. Well, I'd rather a child cry it out for a few minutes than get shook to death. You know, that's my opinion. As far as cry it out for sleep training, I feel like that's pretty cruel unless you have been going like months with only a few hours of sleep and you're bordering delirium. I think that is cruel and very screwed up. I think, like, just looking at my 9-month-old, I think letting them cry any more than, I don't know. Like, say I'm doing something that I can't put down 10 to 15 minutes. Anything more than that it's neglect. I mean, I'm sorry. And they usually never cry like that, you know what I mean? It's usually just, oh, well, I have to go to the bathroom, something like that. So that's my opinion on the cry it out method. Shouldn't be done unless actually is necessary. And I don't believe that there's a single mom out there who's never let their child cry for a few minutes. I just don't. Like, you can't, unless you carry your baby to go to the bathroom with you and things like that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys have any opinions that are different than mine, I'd be fine to hear those. So please leave those in the comment section below. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.